So here we are up at the museum in Egmont, BC, looking at these Letourneau machines. I've had thousands of requests to come up here and film this. Let me check my notes. No, you know what? It was one request. Not 1,000, but one. So anyway, here we are. So these are, I'm going to walk up around here. Electric drive. So if you got a diesel engine, generator, and they have electric motors. I'm not sure if they're on the hubs or in the rear ends. This is obviously a logging truck style. I don't know how good it would have worked with the long, low belly here. So we'll do a bit of a tour around. So here's a cool little feature of the rear steering gear in here. So there's obviously a pinion in there so you can steer the rear axles. Pretty cool in itself. Now, we're gonna have to do some research and find out what era this is from. But I remember there's the Skidder up here. There was one in Porpoise Bay for years, like since at least the early 60s, maybe the late 50s. And it was Vic Walter's old machine. I've got photos of family photos from, there was two of them parked down there, and that was from the early 60s for sure. Interesting little operations up there. So these things are in pretty good shape. They're not really all bashed up, so I'm not sure how much they would have got used in the bush. Now there's some good videos if you go on YouTube and look up Letourneau log skidders and stuff like that. There's good videos of these things in action, and they seem to move along quite good. I don't know what the actual power was or how they work, but on the videos they look like they were hauling a huge jag of wood and moving along pretty good. So somebody could perhaps fill me in on what that mast is all about, the mast and the winch. Not 100% sure what that might be. The beginnings of like a self-loader or something like that. Don't know. So the top of that arch, that's got to be probably 12 feet up, if not more. Let's see what this thing says. See if this is, oh, there we go, Vic Walters. Ancestor of the modern rubber-tired skidders, electric motor in each wheel, but mechanical rack and pinion steering, and for the blade. Anachronism with the mixed modern drive and the primitive rack and pinion steering. Belonged to Vic Walters, donated by his niece and nephew. I would have to think that in the environment of the Northwest, logging environment, that electric motors and stuff, especially back in the day, let's say it's late 50s or early 60s, it must have had a lot of maintenance issues. Just keeping things from corroding and rusting and arcing out in the weather. Look at the size of these things. Somebody can chime in on the motor. I don't know what it is. Somebody would probably come up with an answer right away, but it's not going to be me today. Big electric motor, so that's running the gear that pulls and pushes the blade up and down. It's a wild system. Obviously, there was a reason why they didn't go the hydraulic route. I don't know. Somebody thought that was the better idea. Had some good weight to it. Pretty unfriendly cab position. I mean, if you're the operator, obviously you're not going to be hooking for yourself, getting in and out of this thing. So that, the floor of the cab, so right up here, you're probably getting close to 7 feet there. And it looks like, let's go up in here. Do you think that it steers with that little knob up there? That'd be pretty wild. Having all that power just go through that little thing there and tells you whether you're going left or right. Pretty interesting. And maybe the lever, the stick lever there, is various degrees of forward, various degrees of reverse. Don't know. Pretty wild concept. And a big winch back in here. I mean, it was set up to pull hard. It's a big rig. So you'd have to have, you're not going to be bouncing around the modern skid road with this thing. You're going to need a pretty good road to be hauling wood out with. You're not going to be bouncing through the bush and squeezing in between trees and stumps and stuff like that. Although any good logger would automatically just go and do that. Smaller version, the same idea. Cat and arch used to be the way it was done. Simple and cheap. So what we're reading here, the arch was built by Reg Jackson of Burns and Jackson Logging Company, Wilson Creek. He built several of these arches using the Second World War surplus gun carriages, to which he attached his arch with 3 pins to the places where the gun had been secured by the same pins. The original 3 holes in the front allowed some adjustment to the arch. This arch was donated by Ray Phillips. I remember some of the bigger arches when I was a kid. They had war surplus, like World War II war, bomber tires from the bomber airplanes. This is a small little guy, but it's a small little cat too. Guys that buy these things and then go into the bush with big dreams, making her big. That's a busy little place too. Lots going on here. So there we go. Letourneau electric log skidder. Man, that's big. Pretty bold idea. I guess they had big plans. Pretty amazing. Now, I've never seen any pictures of this log truck in action. And really, I don't know how that would have worked. I mean, you can't pack really long wood on this thing. And it's not much, like if you look at the front bunk, there's not much of the log sticking forward. Or the bunk. So I don't know what the plan was there. And that trailer, that's a big beamy trailer. And then just look in the cab there. Look at that seat. I mean, that's the definition of a bucket seat. It's like you're sitting in a bucket. I'm not sure what the theory was there either. Why you would want to be sitting in that thing. Huh. So that axle swings at the back. Oh yeah, so there's another one here. Right? So I wonder how would it automatically turn both axles? Like when you want to turn left and right, would it swing in a coordinated way? And then back here, so what's going on here? So we've got these pulleys. Center one into that beam. There's pulleys here, so oh, you know, looks like the bunks slide one way or another. Why would that be? Why would the bunks slide left and right? So many questions. Right? Maybe somebody knows that. Why would they want the bunks to slide off? Swap out the entire load? Don't know. So many things we don't know. Just gonna go up in here. So there's a bit of a blower there, so that'll give you a bit of a hint on the motor. It's an old something or other. Battery. Giant drive system. Anyway, fans of rusty machinery, I'll leave you with it. Letourneau log skidder, and let's call that a Letourneau log truck. Bye for now.